Hello viewers, Super GT here. So, as you can probably tell, a slightly different video than normal because it isn't me commentating on a race and you can see me. So, I've taken a bit of a break from YouTube, well, over the last week or so. I mean, it's been about a week since my last video. Yeah, I just thought I'd just discuss maybe YouTube, where the channel is at, and what should we do going forwards. I thought I'd just take a quick break because I think sometimes with YouTube it can get quite relentless. It might not seem like it on the surface. I mean, when you're watching a video, all you see is 20 minutes of me playing a game. It looks like, oh, well, he's having so much fun just playing the game, and that's it. But you know, there's a lot of extra work. Kind of, that's just the tip of the iceberg. There's a lot more to it underneath, with of course all the editing, the recording, uploading, thumbnails. There's so much to it. There's a lot of work. So I thought, okay, I'm just going to take a bit of a break. Maybe use that break just to come back a bit stronger. Because I think sometimes you almost forget that, you know, real life exists. Sometimes I come home straight on YouTube, editing or doing something, and then, you know, I push other things to the side. So it felt good just to take a couple of days off and, you know, have a chance to just kind of do something else for a bit. But with YouTube, it's kind of a weird thing because obviously, one, I want to satisfy. I mean, there's 73,000 subscribers now, so there's a lot of people who want to watch videos every time, and I'm getting over 20,000 views a video. So, you know, that's a lot of people who want to tune in a lot, all the time. So there's a lot of people to satisfy. So that's the one reason that I do want to make lots of videos. That's the good reason. But then there's also, I mean, the fact that you almost have to satisfy YouTube itself, because I find that if you stop uploading for a while, it kind of hits you quite hard. So you do have to be very consistent on YouTube, otherwise it will kind of hit you back quite hard. So there is that as well. So obviously satisfying the viewers, that's the most important thing, but then also satisfying YouTube itself. So I mean, you know, don't feel sorry for me, but there's quite a lot of work you have to do. Sometimes it can get a little bit too much. So maybe from now on I'll take a little bit more frequent breaks, but it shouldn't really diminish the amount of content I make. I'll just have to sort of plan my time a bit better. So a lot of the time I do spend quite a fair amount of time trying to reply to comments. So I mean, you go to your creator studio, press comments, it tells you all the comments that everyone's ever commented. I try to answer as many as I can. Obviously not all of them need answering, not all of them are a question, but then the amount of stuff you see, the amount of crap I read on a daily basis, the amount of stupid posts, the amount of stupid comments, and it can get you down a bit, especially because I think I'm trying to be reasonable and reply to as many people positively as I can. But then just to have people say, oh, you're a cheat, you're an idiot, you're stupid, why did you do this, why do you do this? And, you know, you get all these comments all the time. And when you're trying to be positive to answer back people nicely, and then you see this, it can be a bit frustrating. I'll go for an example, but, you know, this one actually made me laugh. This was actually quite funny. It's on Xbox message, this one. So you can see it here. He comments, you're part of the reason why you won't find me in the hoppers. Only cheaters shift like you, buddy. You complain about cutters and rammers when you're contributing to the problem. So have a good one, buddy. I didn't really understand what he meant because it was kind of out of the blue. And then I said, care to elaborate, because I didn't really understand what he meant. And he goes on some really long ramble. Back since the early 90s, when I started driving a manual transmission, to change gears, you take your right foot off the gas and put your left foot on the clutch. Change the gear up or down. The most important thing to remember when driving a stick is, this is important now when shifting. That didn't make sense. You never want to over rev your engine before you shift. If your car's tachometer red lines at 8,000 RPM, the numbers are red. You shift before the needle hits the red 8. Driving stick 101. Simple, right? The simple technique will extend your life of your transmission. The way you and many others shift in the game will kill the transmission. Maybe you should go to free play, turn on simulation damage and run lots of laps until you learn how to shift correctly. I've watched your videos and I know what I see. Whoa! So all of a sudden I'm as bad as corner cutters and rammers. because of how I changed the gear in the game. But this is my point. It's a game, and a game doesn't replicate real life exactly. There's things in a game that are different from real life. So I mean, I understand this guy probably loves his cars and probably loves driving, but he needs to understand that driving in a game, changing gear in a simcade, not a all-out simulation. Let's not forget, which we're talking about Forza. It's not going to be exactly the same as real life. So if I shift a bit weirdly, it's because that's the best way to shift in the game, and you don't get damage from shifting with the clutch across A and B and over revving it. The example I kind of go back to, it'd be like almost, let's say, an Iraq war veteran or a war veteran. He's playing Call of Duty one day and someone does a drop shot on him, and he goes, well, look, this technique isn't realistic. In real life you wouldn't do a drop shot. But you know, you'd have to understand that Call of Duty is a game and Call of Duty isn't real life. So things happen in Call of Duty that don't happen in real life, and just like the same things happen in Forza that don't happen in real life. For example, shifting, and it might over F, but it doesn't damage the engine. So I mean, it's things like this that sometimes I think, okay, that's too much internet for one day or whatever. So that contributes to me thinking, right, I just need to take a break from this for a bit, because it's not just YouTube comments. I mean, you can see there's Xbox messages too. I've got 2 email accounts for everything: Twitter, Discord, Instagram, the Xbox messages, PlayStation messages, and the YouTube. So I mean, there's so many apps on my phone. I'm just constantly on it. Sometimes I just need to put that phone down and just get away. And it felt good actually, because I spent most of the week or the weekend going back and forth to IKEA, because I changed my setup, which we're going to go through here. So in fact, here's how it looked before. So that's my data setup. It was quite a good setup, but I just didn't like the corner desk nature. I didn't really like that. I felt like a change. And I mean, this whole video is kind of about why I'm stopping for a bit and changing everything and just refreshing the whole channel. So here's what it looked like when there was nothing there. So yeah, it looks a bit strange, but here it is now. So you can see there I've got the 3 monitors set up still, with the consoles on the left hand side in that little storage. So this is mostly from IKEA, or the furniture is. So the 3 screens. The one on the left is for the games. The 2 on the right are for the PC, with the good old CM Storm keyboard and mouse. I've got the insulation, soundproofing in the corner. There's my PC, which I'm going to be upgrading, hopefully. I'll talk more about that in a moment. Then some headphones there within easy reach. All my controllers all plugged in, all the wires are there, so I can just kind of grab the controller. It's all plugged in already. Don't have to worry about anything, because it's annoying having to swap normally between PlayStation and Xbox, but now nothing needs to be changed. And there is those are my 3 Xbox consoles, the One X in the middle, PlayStation 4 down at the bottom there. So again, everything's all plugged in. It's so much easier to work with now. And then there's the wheel setup with the Wheel Stand Pro, Thrustmaster TX base with the 599XX rim on there at the moment, and that's what you can kind of see in the back of the stream. That's the view you're looking at behind me. Yeah, so there's that, and then yeah, that's my Philippines flag, and then that's the whole setup. So it was really nice actually, just to kind of stop for a bit and just change it all. So I think that's important in life actually, maybe just to stop, assess what you're doing and think, actually we could do some things a bit better here. So I changed it up and really pleased with the result. Really pleased with the result. So the 2 drawers are called KALLAX drawers, and then you've got I can't even remember the name, but it will be linked. The name of the worktop. It's actually a kitchen worktop, but it kind of works well as a desk. And then of course the storage area over the side. And it's a lot easier having everything plugged in, so I don't have to change any wires, which is really annoying with the old setup, having to change all the wires whenever I changed from PlayStation to Xbox, which was every day. So there's that. That's all done. That's sorted. I'm really happy with the new setup. And as I said, the PC, yeah, I was really disappointed on Thursday because I did a live stream. I was going to practice well, I did practice, but I was going to live stream the practice with Jimmy Broadbent on iRacing for the Sebring 12 hour, and I don't know, the PC just can't handle it if I'm playing a game on the PC at the same time, because obviously when I'm playing Xbox or PlayStation, that takes off all the effort. But if I'm streaming on the PC at the same time as playing on the PC, it can't really handle it. So that's why I really want to upgrade that, and then I'll be able to stream PC games as well, which will be a nice addition. So it was a shame. I really didn't feel ready for that iRacing 12 hour. I was really practicing as hard as I could, and I'm the kind of person who I don't want to commit to something unless I'm really ready. And being quite a competitive person, I set my standards quite high. So if I'm spinning off once every even 20 laps, or make a bit of a collision every half an hour of racing, which is quite long, but it's, in an endurance race, that's too many times. I felt like I wasn't quite up to scratch. I wasn't quite ready yet. But it is something I do want to do, and I think Jimmy did win his race, and yeah, so massive congratulations, and hopefully we'll do more stuff in the future, because I know a lot of you guys do watch him, and hopefully maybe some of you might have visited from his stream, I don't know, but yeah, if you did, welcome to the channel. But yeah, me and Jimmy will definitely do something else in the future. I really enjoy his content. He's one of the few people I actually watch on YouTube, and this is another point maybe. Do I really watch other people? To be honest, I don't. And one, because of time. There's just not enough time really to do that, because obviously my own channel is the main priority, and of course, as I said, I have a life to live. Real life exists, so kind of have to do that too. So I don't really have much time, but Jimmy's one of the few I do watch, and I've mentioned it a couple of times before. Penguin Zoe, he's just refreshing, because I just love to watch him. If you haven't watched him, then do have a look, because he's a pretty dank kind of guy. So I was only intending to keep this video quite short and just have a brief update. And of course, do let me know your thoughts. Always happy to know them. I still plan on doing the 2 live streams a week. Obviously, last week I only did 2 videos and that was it, no live streams. So I will try to bring those back. The new setup makes everything so much easier. I'm just so much happier working on this new setup. It's just so much better. Any suggestions for any more improvements, I'll be happy to listen. I'm hoping to get maybe some sort of streaming improvements, because I think that's where I could improve a little bit, to make the streams a little bit more interactive. Possibly even a green screen, if that can somehow bring anything extra to the channel. We'll see. It's all brainstorming really. So I'm just thinking of things to do to improve the channel, because this is maybe another point that it's a reason why I took a break as well, because you do have to kind of stop and think, what's working with the channel, what isn't working, what are people coming back for, what do people like watching. Because honestly, I will say that Gran Turismo is getting more views. That's what people seem to want to watch more, but I'm still loyal to Forza, and I will still of course make Forza videos. But Gran Turismo is really popular on this channel, I think. So that is something I'll definitely be looking to make a real main part of the channel, alongside Forza, 2 big main games on this channel. So kind of having a stop to think about how I can make it better content was a good idea. The live streams a big part of that too, but what can I make on the videos, because it can be quite hard thinking of video ideas. But I think with this channel, I think a lot of it is fairly simple. Just do some races and commentate on them. I think the thing people like is the commentary. That's what makes it, I think, or I hope at least. The commentary is what kind of makes it worth listening to, and even some people love just the voice. So maybe I can make a second channel for that ASMR kind of stuff. I don't know. Thank you for the support as always. 73,000 subs, 100,000 is the aim for this year. Hopefully we can get that. We'll see. And of course, many thanks as well to anyone who's donated on the live streams. There's been loads of you. and that does go a long way, because it does help. I mean, it's contributed a lot to this setup change. I mean, the fact that anyone would donate anything is amazing, but the amount of people that have donated is crazy. But yeah, thank you very much, guys. I'll see you in the video very soon, probably tomorrow. Yeah, that's it. Thank you for listening to my ramblings, and I'll see you in the future. Bye.
Listen.